Thank you all for taking the time and joining us in another EntreComp Cafe, which you already know, it's something we look forward every month because we really like connecting with people interested in everything that has to do with entrepreneurial learning, and we always learn so much from each other. So it's really something that we plan with a lot of care and a lot of love to share with everybody. So thank you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marianela Parra. I'm here with my colleagues Megan and Nagore from Bantani Education. As I said, we really enjoy doing this. Thank you for being here with us. Our topic today is youth power and entrepreneurial learning. And I know that some of you, because we've been seeing who's been registering, are actively working with youth. So this should be super interesting. We really want to hear you. So please make sure that whenever you want to share something, do raise your hand, do use the chat, okay? We do have a couple of lovely speakers today who are here to share a lot of interesting things. And when their time comes, we'll learn more about them, okay? So thank you. Let's say hello in the chat so that we know who's here. So maybe what we could do today is that, of course, write your name, where you're joining from, and why don't you try to go back in memory and think of yourself when you were maybe 18 years old, 16, 18 years old, and think what you wanted to be, okay, as a grown-up. So now that we're grown-ups, let's see if we're there or we're somewhere else, okay? Today, I have to say that I am in beautiful Amman. I am not in Madrid today. I'm lucky enough to be in Amman today. Because I've been, just by a beautiful coincidence, training a group of 25 wonderful youth trainers from Palestine, who should, some of them should be here in this cafe, are joining. We're all in the hotel in different places. So welcome to that very special group. So, and I've been learning so much from them. Thank you. Let's see who's here. Someone, is this Megan? Solène, hello Solène from La Rochelle. Thank you for being here, Solène. And Megan in Madrid. And at 18, this is you, Megan, right? You wanted to be a translator, okay. Well, you do some translations sometimes, every now and then, right? So you're not that far. Laura from Mexico. Bienvenida, Laura. It's great to have you here. When you were 18, you wanted to be in business. So you have to tell us if you're there or if you're doing something else, Laura. Thank you. I remember you from EntreComp Edu.
Thank you.
Welcome. We have Alex from Varsovia. What a beautiful city, from Poland. And he wanted to be a lawyer, but ended up being a gender equality researcher. Fantastic, a good change there. Ashley, welcome. It's so great to have you here again, joining from a hotel like me in Valencia this time. And at 16, you wanted to work in a mega company. And I think you don't, right? You do mega work, but not in a mega company, don't you?
I actually wanted to say hotter, but I don't know why my correction went to hotel. So I'm at home. No. You know this background already. So yes. Not more hotel, more hotter Valencia than Madrid. So that's what I was. Hello.
Very good. Lovely. Lovely to have you all here, really. All righty. Okay, so in case you didn't notice, we are celebrating this nice cafe today and dedicating it to youth skills, because on the 15th, next Friday, we celebrate the World's Youth Skills Day, okay? And in this year, in 2023, the aim is to skill up teachers, trainers, and youth for a transformative future, okay? That's like the slogan for this year. And actually, we've been celebrating World Youth Skills Day since 2014, when the United Nations decided to declare the 15th of July this day, okay? To celebrate the strategic importance of equipping young people with skills for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, okay? And we found out that they are actually running a very interesting survey, but today is the last day. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if it's today or tomorrow, Megan.
Yeah, today is the last day to take part.
Today's the last day, yes. So we are sharing this link and this QR code with you. It's for people who are between 15 and 29. Unfortunately, I'm not there, but it's for youth people because they want to know about their visions, priorities, aspirations, challenges, and concerns. Okay, so they're having their big assembly in a couple of days, and they would like a lot of info from this survey. So if you have youth around you and you could share this link with them, it would be fantastic. All righty. Okay, Megan, I think you have something fun for us, right?
Yes, I do. Now, I'm going to invite you to join us on Menti. Let me just post the link over in the chat, but feel free to scan the QR code on the screen if you prefer to do it on your mobile phone. What we're going to see here on Menti are 9 skills. Now, I'm sure that you'll all agree that all of these skills are important, but we're going to make you do something quite difficult with these skills. We're going to see if you can rank them. So which one for you is the most important for the future workforce? So those young people today who are in training, maybe they're still in school or they're just starting out in their first job, which of these skills do you think are the most important? So if you're ready, let's begin. If you've got it open, you can send a little like on Menti. And once we start getting some votes coming in, I will share the screen so you can see how we're doing.
Okay,
it might take you a moment to get through because you need to select each one, but please let me know what you think are the most important of these skills.
So Megan, I have a question. If I have,
yes.
You know, my first option says first, and then I have to click, then that means that I'm going to click on, out of those 9, the one that I think should be the first
that is
skill,
the top,
right?
Exactly.
Number 1. Okay, good.
Exactly. And let me read through them all for you. We've got digital literacy, problem solving, global citizenship, entrepreneurship, curiosity and love for learning, communication, adaptability and cognitive flexibility, accessing, assessing and analyzing information, and self-knowledge and emotional intelligence. So I can see some votes are coming in already, which is fantastic. So let me share the screen because things are moving around. Here we go. I can see them coming in. Please keep voting. I can only see 3 on there at the moment. So keep going if you've not quite completed them yet. And we should see everything moving around. Fantastic. I think there might still be a few more people working away, but I can see at the top here, we've got self-knowledge and emotional intelligence. Problem solving, taking its way into second place. Okay. I think what this tells us really is that all of these skills are important. And they might be more important or less important depending on the role that we're undertaking, the community that we live in, or the people that we're working with. But we'll see what the projects that we discussed today, what kind of skills they're also looking at. Fantastic. And if you've got any other comments that you want to add and say, no, this one's number 1, please add it into the chat and maybe we'll come and hear from you when we take questions later. Thank you.
I am so happy that the first one is self-knowledge and emotional intelligence, because during our training here with the Palestinian youth trainers, that has been one of our first concerns. We think that we're working a lot towards digital and a lot of transformation in education, but we're not, you know, focusing enough in emotional intelligence and self-knowledge. So this is good to know. Thank you for taking part of this. That was lovely. Okay. Our dear friend Paz Fernandez de Vera, she's an amazing teacher who works in the north of Spain. She's one of our EntreComp champions. She was awarded to be an EntreComp champion last November, on her first call. And she's the perfect example of someone who is championing EntreComp and championing the entrepreneurial education, entrepreneurial competences in everything she does. And entrepreneurial learning has become the center of her life and of her teaching. She unfortunately couldn't make it today, but she sent us a beautiful, a really nice video. Okay, so let's listen to it. Let's watch it all together. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Paz and I am a vet teacher here in Spain, in the north part of Spain. I teach business and entrepreneurial initiative. I am more than happy to be here with you in the EntreComp Café. Today, I would like you to tell a story about ideas. I always say that ideas are something which is important. Sometimes we have a simple idea, and with simple ideas, we do things, and in other occasions we have more complex ideas, and sometimes we have disruptive, green, innovative, and quite different ideas. But I always say to my students that the ideas alone doesn't go to anywhere. We need a very important thing. We need ideas, but we also need another important thing, which is not only ideas, but also mobilizing resources and action. Because if we don't do these things at the same time, ideas are useless. So that's why EntreComp has helped me so much to develop my students' projects. I have some examples here. I remember when my beauty students designed these backpacks. They say, "Dreaming's factory. Don't dream your life, live your dreams." And for doing this, they had to look for a company that sold them the backpacks. They contacted another school in Madrid, 500 kilometers from here, a vet school specialized in printing, things like that. So they needed to put into practice not only ideas, but also mobilizing the resources that they had in their place and in other places, and to take action. We have another kind of projects when they decided to write a book. They also needed to take action and collaborate with others. And I have another examples. It is about a project which is hairdressers that print in 3D. My hairdressing students decided to design things and to print things in 3D. Oh, this proud, here says, proud to be a vet student. So EntreComp has been a very strong and a very important tool for me and for my students to go to think and to take action. I always say that our classes can't be in this classroom. We should look outside. We should take action outside, and we should make things possible through the action. So that's the only thing that I can say about this. That it has been so important for me. Thank you very much, and I encourage you to think and to take action with your students. Sometimes we need to control everything, but normally you don't need to control anything. You only need to trust your students and to make them to make things possible. Thank you very much.
was lovely. I hope you enjoyed that video. Paz is very special, as you can see. I particularly love that message at the end to, encouraging us to trust our students that then they can do amazing things. In our training here, we've been talking about how we tend to overdo for our students. So that is a key message. I'm sure Paz is super happy that she could share that message with us. Thank you, Solène. And next we have our dear friend Solène Moutier. Solène is from EIT Raw Materials. Thank you, Solène, for being here and presenting us that wonderful project you're working on. Tell us all about it.
Thank you very much, Marianela. Thank you for having me again at one of your cafes. It's always a real pleasure. As Marianela said, my name is Solène Moutier, and I work as a project specialist for EIT Raw Materials. So some of you may not be familiar with EIT. It's the European Institute for Innovation and Technology, which is funded by the European Commission in order to boost innovation across Europe. And at EIT, there are several knowledge and innovation centers that we call KICs, which are different, let's say, entities underneath EIT. And I work for EIT Raw Materials, and in partnership with the other innovation center, EIT Manufacturing, EIT Digital, EIT Food, EIT Climate Change, EIT Health, and EIT Urban Mobility, we developed a project called Girls Go Circular, which is an education project that aims to develop the digital and entrepreneurial skills for young women aged from 14 to 19 years old. So I want to give you a little bit of introduction as to how this program came to exist. EIT is very much aware that the jobs of the future will be driven by technology and sustainable innovation. And we want that the workforce of tomorrow is already prepared today, and that digital and entrepreneurial skills are part of the curriculum at school to prepare our young students across Europe. We know that digital and entrepreneurial skills will be really essential in all sectors. Already we see it in healthcare, mobility, in manufacturing, in the food industry, in what did I miss? Transportation, logistics, information, communication. So this really opens up new employment opportunities, technically for everyone, but currently that is not exactly the case. So we see that women and girls do not play an equal part in this digital and green transition yet. And this is where the EU decided to step in and to fund this project through EIT as part of the Digital Education Action Plan that was launched in 2021 until 2027. To give a little bit of data, at the moment, women represent 14% of startup funders in Europe, 17% of the workforce in the tech sector, in the ICT, and like information and communication technology sector. And women represent 1 in 3 graduates in STEM, so in science, technology, engineering, and math. So this is really to bridge this gap. That's the reason why we decided to launch this project, Girls Go Circular. We've been lucky to be able to train 26,000 girls so far. We launched the program in September 2020. And our goal, thanks Marianela, our goal is to actually train more than 40,000 girls by 2027. So far, we worked with more than 1,000 schools, and we are present in 21 countries. So I'm really sorry that my slide wasn't updated because it's moved very quickly. So we were in 12 countries last year, and this year, starting from June, we moved to 21 countries, which is quite ambitious. But that's because the program was originally launched. Actually, if you don't mind moving to the next slide and the next one, then you will see the map. Yes. So sorry, it's a bit small, but it's for you to be aware of when the like how the program developed. And maybe if some of you are in some of the project countries, which I would hope so, then you know that you have the program available in your language. So you see the darkest colors were the first countries that implemented the program. So mostly in South Europe and Eastern Europe. And then we moved on also to include Central European states. And this year we moved to Western European states. And next year we will finish with the really like pale pink colors. So Spain is coming up next year. We also have Sweden and Finland who are still about to join the program. But we are slowly translating the program in the languages. We have 16 languages available at the moment. We also have some teachers from countries outside of Europe who actually sometimes reach out to us, like Turkey or Algeria or Tunisia. And of course, they are also welcome to use the program. So I don't know if that's the case of some people who are here from outside of Europe, but also, you know, South America or Asia, wherever. Of course, you are more than welcome to use our program. It's just that it will only be available in English or French or Spanish, depending on your languages. Now we can go back to the slide before. I'm doing a very destructured presentation. Thank you. So this program is coordinated by EIT Materials with the support of the EIT community, as I explained, and the support of the Commission. And we aim to equip 40,000 girls. So I said that. So, okay, we can move on. Thank you. So how do we do this? The Girls Go Circular relies on a platform, an online learning platform called the Circular Learning Space. You're welcome to go check it out. I will put the website in the chat. Oh, thank you, Megan. You really read my mind. So you have now the website, and from there you will have access to the platform if you want, to the Circular Learning Space, and you will need to register, create an account to access it, but it's all free and available. And on this Circular Learning Space, you will have the possibility to do 15 different modules on different topics that are related to the circular economy, on to sustainability topics. Circular economy is this principle that we need to rethink completely the way that we produce, consume, and get rid of the products and services that we do. And we need to adopt a more circular way based on nature, where already when we produce a product, we should already think about what will happen when we're done using it. How can we repair it, reuse it, recycle it in a more efficient way than what is currently doing in mass production at the moment. We really want to raise awareness on this topic because we know it's very important for the young generations. They're very much aware that we need to transition to a green economy. So that's why we cover different topics from fashion to food, artificial intelligence, sustainable mobility, plastics, semiconductors, you name it. We made a module about it. And we really try to adopt a learning by doing approach. And this was where we could really connect to today's theme being the entrepreneurial spirit of the young generation, because we really want to empower them to develop this entrepreneurial mindset. So we provide them first a lesson about one of the topics that they selected. And then the second half of the module is really challenges based on socioeconomic challenges that really exist in real life situations, where, for instance, we ask them to put themselves in the shoes of a CEO of an important manufacturing company who is producing chocolate bar, and they need to come up with a packaging for the chocolate bar that is reusable and that is no longer using plastics. So we ask them to think about that. Or we ask them to think, what if you were the head of headmaster or headmistress of a school, and you wanted to promote that the children use more sustainable ways of transportation to come to the school. What can you do? You can try to develop a gamified app that students use, and they gain points, and maybe If they go by foot to the school, they gain a lot of points. If they go by bus, they also get some points. And those points can get them a free lunch at the canteen, or a free chocolate bar, or free fruits, this kind of thing. We have lots of exercise like this that are role plays, where they really have to put themselves in the skin of someone who is high ranked in their company, and they need to develop a business model or a product or a communication campaign or an awareness raising campaign. And to do so, they use digital softwares that are free to use and that are available through our platform. That way, they develop both their digital skills and their entrepreneurial skills. They always work as part of a team because the program is mostly done in classroom. So we also have some boys who are also involved in the program. Of course, we just put the emphasis on the girls for them to take a leadership position within their team. So to be the one who pitch their ideas, to be the one, not the one who silently take the notes that the boys are, are dictating, but really that they take an active role in this program. So this is, in a nutshell, our program. If you want to know more, please go on our website. I think I just left here a little quote from a student, because we have a feedback form that they fill after doing our program. And the student is saying that the program should be compulsory in schools, and that this is only the beginning, and we need to do this again and again until everybody became aware of these things. So we thought this was quite nice, because indeed, this is very much the trend of the program. We're only starting, reaching out more and more schools, but we are always looking for new ways to develop our program. And now we're also trying to include some deep tech elements to our program, because this is part of EIT's pledge to be part of the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, to train deep tech talents by next year. So we also give a little flavor of deep tech in our program. So I see that Eva is asking if there is something similar for boys. So I really want to stress that this program is also open to boys. We do it a lot in the classroom, so it's absolutely no problem. But of course, we have the question then, why is the name Girls Go Circular? But that is because, as I say, the issue at hand that really triggered this program is the lack of girls and young women in those fields of studies in technology, science, and entrepreneurship. And this is why we have this program targeted to girls. And we really want to put them in a leadership position when they complete the program, and to provide female role models throughout the lessons who are female CEOs, top of their companies, top of their fields, pioneer in their industry. However, this is also good for boys. And if we want to succeed in bridging this gap, we also need to have this discussion with the boys in the school about why do we still need this kind of affirmative action, and why do they need, why they need to help, why they also benefit from this gender equality. So I really hope that you also do this program with the boys in your class, because I think it's really completely part of the objective as well to include them. So thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, you have my email, you have the website, this is my number as well. So feel free to write to me. I'd be happy to continue the discussion. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Solène. It's been fantastic. I think it was more than a nutshell, because we did get a lot of lovely information of how it has been so far and where it's going in the future. So thank you very much. I don't know if anyone has a question. I can't see everybody, but if you want to raise your hand, let us know if you have a question, or write something on the chat for Solène, or about the project, how to contact. Let us know. I think there's a raised hand. Laura,
yes,
right?
Laura.
Thank you. I want to know when it's going to be available in Spanish.
Thank you, Laura. We will start translating in Spanish starting from next year, and then we slowly release the modules as they become available. So I would say we need to aim, I would be looking at June 2024 to have it in Spanish. Yes, if we manage earlier, we will try, but at the moment, that's all we can say.
So the idea is to contact you. I mean, the school contacts you or the project, and then they get the materials, etc. Is that the way?
Exactly. They can, so anyone can register on their own and have access to the full material, but in order to have a bit more explanation, they can just send us an email, and then we really onboard them properly. We also provide a teacher guidebook to help the teacher do the program. And I forgot to mention the duration. It's between 8 to 12 hours of learning. That's the minimum requirement. And then, as I say, it's 15 modules. So if they want to go all year doing it, they can also continue. But that's really the minimum for the program to be completed, to receive a certificate. So 8 to 12 hours of learning. And yes, at the moment, I would just say, if you're interested, please just send an email to this address. I would be so happy to respond to your question directly, even have a quick call to discuss it. Happy to collaborate in France, Johan. I'm very happy to collaborate in France as well. So, and to the last question is, do you evaluate the program also with the teachers? We also have a feedback feedback form for the students and for the teachers, absolutely together. Their feedback, that's very, very important. Yes.
Thank you, Solène. Thank you again for being here and being always having such interesting things to share. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people will contact you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Our next guest is, we're very happy to have here Abdel Razak Natche from An Najah National University from Palestine. He's here to present us also a very interesting project for youth. So Abdel, thank you for being here, and we're all ears to you.
Thank you for EntreComp Café for having me here. I'm really happy to be here with you. I want today to share with you a new project called Episode Project. It's in Palestine, and it's the UNIMED is leading this project with Najah University and Birzeit University, with the help as well from All Digital. The project aims to empower the vocational training capacity in Palestine, focusing on social entrepreneurship and as well digital skills competencies. Before I start talking about the project, I want to give an overview of what's happening really in Palestine in terms of the entrepreneurship ecosystem and as well the entrepreneurship capacity. When we're talking about entrepreneurship in Palestine, we're talking about targeting the youth, which is 30% of the population. We're focusing more on how we can improve their problem-solving skills, because what we're doing now with the educational system in general, it's very traditional. They don't focus on applied or project-based learning or problem-based learning. It's mostly traditional. And here we're having big issues in terms of the skills that you were just discussing right now. When we talk about self-knowledge, when we talk about problem-solving, emotional intelligence, seeking opportunities. And this is what we're trying to address here. We want to try to address the gaps between what the market really needs and what we're having currently with the educational system, and how we can empower the vocational training programs in order to produce more or graduate more empowered students and focus them towards entrepreneurship. Why entrepreneurship in Palestine? Because we have a very limited as well market size. The market size in Palestine is very limited. The opportunities are low. We don't have large or multinational companies in Palestine. So when we're talking about creating new job opportunities, one of the solutions that we always think about and how we can create more innovative ideas that can at the end have opportunity to be commercialized and start small businesses. And that's why this program or this project is very, very important to us. Next slide, please. So when we started talking about episode, we started talking about enhancing Palestinian social and digital entrepreneurship. Why digital? Because we think digitization and digital will help us access, will give us the mobility, the accessibility that due to the recent political situation in Palestine, this is an issue for us. And because digitization and digital transformation is now really important for, and it's a key thing for innovation. So what we wanted to do is create and build a program that focuses on the social entrepreneurship competencies and to be empowered with digital skills. Next slide, please. Now, when we start talking about target groups for this project, we're talking about students, university students, we're talking about graduate students who wants to start building their career by creating or working on their ideas, new ideas. And this is the target group. So we started targeting freshly graduate students. We started talking to, early stage startups in Palestine. And we wanted to focus more on what the kind of skills that they need, that they want us to help them with. And from this discussion, next slide, please. We start building this framework. The framework were based from the EntreComp framework. So we're talking about one of the major important skills and competences we're focusing on is the spotting opportunities and as well the mobilizing resources. Because when we talk about social entrepreneurship, we discovered that many Palestinian students and many startups even, they are working on ideas, but they don't realize and know what they are working on is as well considered as a social entrepreneurship when we talk about challenges, opportunities, and this is a misconception. And usually you need not just to focus on the business model and as well on the social impact. So we need to focus on this in our program, in our framework. And for us, because we have a very small and limited market resources, and even just when we talk about resources in Palestine, usually it's very small or even very limited. So how you mobilize, manage these resources that can help you to access new markets, how you can spot new opportunities, how you can start working on the business model and the social impact part. I think it's a very, very important skills that we need to focus on when we start building the program, the episode program. But as well, specifically for Palestine, we're talking about as well the social understanding and awareness, because culture is very important. So when we talk about, for example, a job, for example, opportunity, or starting your new venture or your new business, usually people lean to go to the very easy road, which is, just go and secure a job and that's it. And when we're talking about the strategy now and how we want to build for us the new Palestine, for example, no, we want to start focusing more on the innovation, on creating more opportunities. And this, we need to work more as well on the cultural perspective. We need to work more about how we can understand different culture, communication, how we can present them ourselves to the regional and global context, how we can present Palestine to this context. So what we added from the EntreComp framework is the social understanding and awareness part, which would be included into our curriculum. And when we start thinking about the digital competencies, we didn't want to deliver it as a separate module. We want to do it as a cross-cutting module to all these three main modules. So for me, as Abed, I don't think we need always to consider IT as a one module, separate module. It's usually used to be enabled, to empower what we need to work on. So teaching digitalization and digital literacy, I think it should be more cross-cutting on these specific skills. For example, spotting opportunities, how we can use technology for spotting opportunities, how we can use technology for mobilizing resources, how we can use technology for doing the social entrepreneurship and awareness. And this is what we're trying to do in our framework. Next slide, please. In terms of how we need to deliver this framework, I think we have three basic packages. The first one is very basic for example, students in the universities. So we want to focus more on the digital. It should be more project-based learning, and it should focus on the concepts of each module. For the professional, it should be more tailored as a mentorship program with focus on startups. For the premium package, I think here we need to bring more experts for already established startups that have growth, okay, and they need specific services in the digital space. So this is what we are trying to do in terms of framework and in terms of delivery. I'm really happy to discuss what we are trying to plan in the episode project with the help of All Digital and the Najah and Birzeit University. We are doing this as a pilot in Palestine, and hopefully then we will publish it and see how we can capitalize and hope that it will work with the target group that we would like. Please, we are very happy to get your feedback and to discuss more about the framework. If you have any question, please, I will just send you my email now in the chat. And if you have any question for me today as well, I'm very happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Abdel. Thank you for presenting us that amazing project. And I have a feeling that, of course, it's based and it's for Palestine youth, but I think it's going to be a framework that we can all benefit from, and that it will be, used in other realities and in other countries as well. I have a feeling that it will be that good. Thank you, Abdel. I don't know if anyone has a question. You can raise someone raised her hand, I believe. Or his hand, I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
Yes, it was Ashley. Please go ahead.
Ashley.
Yes, hi. Abdel, great project, great initiative. I loved it. I also teach at the university. My area is digital marketing. And I want to ask you, these packages that you say for experts, for professionals, what we're saying, would be delivered, let's say, the mentorships by the university professors, or do you have a plan to bring industry experts? I just want to get an understanding of how this mentorship or the consultation would work in the real life when the project goes ahead.
Excellent, thank you. It's like you're working with us. This is a very interesting issue that we always talk about, the project team talks about and discuss. For me, I believe, when we start talking about mentorship, it's all about experience, not just education. And it's all about interactions. So for me, I think, we need to create a community, episode community from professionals, from the locals and as well regional professionals who can contribute to this project. For example, yes, I work in the university, but I have founded as well two companies, one called User Pilot and the other one Full Session. It's all in the US, based in the US market. When I start working with founding and developing the companies, I faced a lot of challenges in terms of finding the right capacity and consultation for my business model. So when we start talking about fixed curriculums and education, and even just specific projects and problems. Usually the participants, the entrepreneurs, they won't find value the same as when you start bringing experts from the industry that they can share knowledge and experiences and specific cases. So what I believe, it should be a mix of both. And this is what we are trying to do with the mentorship and the premium package.
Perfect. Thank you. I hope it goes well. And if you need any support, I'm here because I'm really interested in this project. It looks great, and it's perfectly for me. I can see where we can work together. So I wish all the best to this project.
Thank you.
Abdel, do take her word for that because she's amazing. You will see. Do contact each other because she's really good, and I'm sure she's going to be a great help for that. Thank you, Abdel, for being with us. Thank you for sharing this. We are all looking forward to that framework and how it works out. So keep us posted. Thank you, and
thank you again for having me
as well. Thank you. Okay, so now we want to share something that all together. Okay, so if you use that QR code, okay, where I think we're going to share a link in the chat as well. We could perfectly share the link in the chat, and it will take us to a Jamboard. And let's do something nice. Let's think of us just like we started the cafe earlier today. Let's think of us, with all the experience that we've had, because it's been a few years since we were 19 years old. So with all the experience and everything that we've learned, especially us dedicated to youth and to education somehow, let's think of a message that we would love to send to our 19-year-old self, okay? So just use a sticky note, a Post-it, and add what you would tell your 19-year-old with the experience that you've had all these years, okay? And maybe these are nice messages or nice recommendations that we should pass on to the youth around us. So if you read that QR code, it will take you straight to the Jamboard. I'm going to stop sharing now, Megan, and maybe you can share the Jamboard screen and
of course
we can all work together.
I'll let people send in their messages, and then when we've got some there, we'll share the screen. I'm also frantically typing my own message too.
Good.
You're more than welcome, of course, to add more than one message. If there's a few things that come to your mind, please feel free to add more than one message. Okay, so I can see lots of nice ones coming in already. Let me just start sharing the screen so that we can take a look at these. And as I'm going through them, please keep typing away. So let's see what we've got. We've got just do what your heart says. I'm not sure, does a 18-year-old's heart, do they make good decisions, do you think? Worry less, everything will work out in the end. Enjoy the trip. Very nice, very inspiring ones there. Chill, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Take care of your network. I suppose this means the community, the people around us. Please be more sustainable. I like this one. It's a very clever one to add in there. Make your parents answer difficult questions. Okay, I think that's an interesting one, because probably when we are 17, 18, 19, we don't think our parents are the coolest people, or we don't want to listen to them, but very nice to see that there. Let's see, what else have we got just popped up? Listen to your mother and start believing in your abilities now. Don't be afraid. Very nice. Someone's got a very supportive mum there, definitely looking out for them. Always save time for yourself to recharge and keep on trying your best. Fantastic. You are powerful beyond measure. I saw one there and then it flicked away that said, don't listen to your mother. So we've got competing messages going on here. Very nice to see. Of course, not everyone and not every family is the same. So maybe some of us don't have as supportive leaders, but we'll try and keep it positive. Value yourself, have more self-confidence, or pretend to have self-confidence. Fake it until you make it. I think that's a very popular phrase I've heard before. Fake it till you make it. Let's see, avoid competition between father and mother. I don't know, we've got lots of parents coming into the chat here. It's very interesting. Believe in yourself, you can do it. Absolutely fantastic. So please feel free to keep adding in some messages there. It's nice to see that most of them are positive and they are all very useful. So thank you so much for these.
I love the one in the middle. Enjoy the trip. Yeah, it's about the the journey and not about the destination. So yes,
that's it.
Lovely.
Fantastic. And one just popped in there. Speak up and share your message in different forms. Fantastic. Don't feel like your young age is a weakness. That's really nice to see. And that's the point of today's topic. We want to see fantastic things that young people are doing. And whether you are working with young people in a university or a community setting, they're there and they will be there. And we hear a lot of negative messages about Generation Z or, the TikTok generation, whatever name you want to give them. But actually, there's a lot of positivity that can come from being young as well. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Marianella, I will hand back to you.
Lovely. Amazing. Yeah, well, to be honest, before we finish, we would love to know if you want to share any if you know of any very young, inspiring person or organization that you would like to share with us. We've been doing some research for this cafe and we've found some lovely stories, some amazing stories of very, very young people who have made it because they believed in themselves. And eventually they found really good connections, I'm sure. But if you have anything, a story or a link that you would like to share with us, please use the chat or raise your hand that maybe you know of someone who's doing something super interesting. If not, well, we could share. We will share with you a couple of articles when we do our summer, and we'll share a summary with you. We can share with you a couple of nice articles of young people who have made it that are truly inspiring. I'm sure you know some of these faces here in this picture. Okay, so before we go, we just have a little invitation for you, okay? Because there are some great courses going on this summer, okay? And during the month of August, Entrepreneurship for All, which is a great platform, a great web that you can visit anytime, is preparing some fantastic, very short, powerful courses on sustainability, developing sustainability skills, digital skills, financial literacy, and entrepreneurial competences for aspiring entrepreneurs or for entrepreneurs with some experience, because they're actually courses at a beginner's level, at an intermediate level, and an advanced level on those 4 areas, basically. Also, there are some specially designed for women, and they're going to happen during the month of August, okay? This is super summer camp of Entrepreneurship for All. So please do go and visit us on that webpage that we're sharing, and try to join one or more. We're going to start on the 1st of August with a kickoff, a very cool kickoff live session, something like this. Well, we are going to also have some nice speakers, so you're welcome to join. It's great because it's online. You do it on your own time. You can be at the beach on your computer and just going through some nice short, powerful courses. So that's definitely a good plan for the summer. Okay, so please do share the link, okay, or the web page. Everything should be ready there very, very soon, okay, for you to register. So if you know anyone else, maybe not for you, but for someone else who would love to take these courses, please do so, okay? So thank you for joining us today. Thank you especially to Paz, who sent us that lovely video and inspired us so much, to Solène for sharing that amazing project for girls and boys, as we have learned. And thank you also to Abdel for sharing with us that wonderful framework and that wonderful project you're doing in Palestine. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you soon. We're going to take a short break, okay? We're going to see you actually in September, okay? We're not going to have a cafe in August. We're going to have a cafe in September. Megan or Nagore, remind me the exact date.
I think it's the 12th. Let me just check. I have the webpage open.
And it's going to be the one in September. Is going to be about the
19th
power
of September.
Oh,
I was very wrong. 19th.
Fantastic. The 19th of September. Okay, you can go. We have you have the address on the screen, EntreComp.com/cafe, and it's going to be on the power of positive thinking. Okay, the magic behind developing a positive mindset and positive thinking. Okay, so see you in September. Thank you for being here.